Hey guys, and welcome back to Paul's Garage, episode 7 of Project EH. In this episode we're going to rip out all the seats, carpets, underfelt, grind back the floors, rust treat it, and well, I always say POR 15, but I'm using an Australian product called KBS. I think it's pretty much the same. And then we'll be sound deadening and putting it all back together. So this will be a good episode for my knees, having to be down on my knees pretty much the whole thing. I am going to pull the front seat apart. It has got a couple of dodgy springs in there, and it needs a little bit of foam on the driver and passenger side, so I'll do that and put it all back together. I would like to put new seat covers front and rear. I think it's about $1,500 for both front and rear. You can get them made with the welded seams in them from a mob down in South Australia. They also do door trims and all that sort of stuff for the older cars. But at the moment, you know, I have cleaned the seats up and they've come up pretty good. So anyway, less talk, more work. We'll get on with it. Now we'll get all this underfelt out of the car. It's being glued. See a little bit of surface rust here to start with. Oh jeez. When I say it's been glued, it's certainly been glued. I don't know what they've used, but it's good stuff. These floors look good. Well, I've removed the seats from the car, back seats, and I've cleaned up the back seats, and they came up really nice with a bit of warm water with Lux Flakes, and then went over them with Dissol vinyl cleaner. I've also removed the front seat, which was sagging where on the passenger side and the driver's side. So I'm just currently pulling that apart. And of course I pulled the carpets out of the car, and I will be pulling all the underfelt up very shortly, and we'll POR 15 all the floors and put down some sound deadening mat. But just for the moment, we'll carry on doing this front seat. I've just about got the whole thing in pieces, but I just wanted to lift the front cover up so I can put some more foam in either side. So we'll see how that goes. Now it's got all these little hooks. There's been thousands of these little hooks that I've been pulling out to get everything up. They're just basically just fencing wire hooks. But plus I've got plenty of them as well, so I'll be able to get it all back together reasonably well, I think. What I want to do is get this top layer of foam up so that I can put some foam underneath it, get some high density foam put underneath it. That's Almost there. One more. The amount of rubbish that I've vacuumed out from this seat. And of course, I'm in the green now. I found 30 cents in the seat. Old plastic knife, 2 dead mice, lots of mouse poop. So all the frame, I've just given that a quick coat of black paint. You know, it's been there since 1964 with no issues. But as you can see, that's the cover. So I don't want to pull right off. And then there's the foam. So what I want to do is put a piece of foam on either side, put that foam back down, staple it all back together again, and hopefully the cover will go on well. It's not rotten or anything, which is a plus. I'll just leave that sit like that. So I've got the carpets out of the car as well, and bought some carpet cleaner. So I'll clean all those carpets up. And it never had the two holes in it, or 3 holes. Didn't have the 2 holes for the accelerator pedal to plug onto, and it also didn't have the hole for the high beam switch on the floor to poke through. So I'll use a soldering iron, hot soldering iron, and I'll just cut them through so that they can be utilised correctly. I'll just give this a good bit of a scrape first. Well, I've spent the last several hours, over a couple of days, getting all the mess off the floor. Bits of bitumen, bits of carpet, bit of surface rust. So now what I do is I'll clean it up with marine clean and rust converter, dry it all up, and 2 coats of that KBS. Paint the pedals a bit of black on them while I'm at it. I've already done one section in the front there the other day just to see how it was going to turn out. It's all right. So we'll get to it and POR 15 the floor, or KBS rather. Well, we've, as you know, we've given the floors 2 coats of rust proofing, and I have started doing the sound deadening mats. I've just got this little bit here to go with this stuff on the driver's side and a little bit in the back. Pretty easy to do, but it is a little bit back breaking as well. But anyway, it's just a matter of peeling off or cutting it to what the shape you want it. Peel off the backing. It's fairly sticky stuff, so you really got to get it in place exactly where you want it first. Little roller is quite good to help you out with it. So I bought this stuff, I think it's called Bulldog. As a kit, I got quite a bit of it because I've done the deadening and the XJC. So I've got quite a few boxes of it. Came with the roller. So this is all what's left to complete this car. So once I've got all this in, well then I can do the underlay carpet back in and put all the seats and interior back together. Well, that just about completes all the sound deadening on the floor. I'll start next with some underfelt, some carpet in the back seat. I will need a hand to put the front seat back in. So I'll get the young bloke, he'll come over and help me with that. So that's that bit. So that's the rear carpet in, all the underfelt, the rear carpet, Back seat belts, front seat belts, and the back seat is all in. I'll give you a quick squiz at that now before we go. So there we are. We've got the underfelt in now, the carpets, the new grey front seat belts, back seats back in, plus the lap belts in the back. So it's all coming together, and tomorrow I'll have my young bloke over. We'll put the front carpet in and the front seat, and that should finish the interior, all bar the dashboard. When I put a new windscreen in it, I'm going to paint the rest of the dashboard. Anyway, until we put the front seat in, see you tomorrow. Yeah. I thought it was all fast forward footage.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Lift it at the back. Got to swing back further. I'm just going to get that away. Go back. Okay. Oh, no, not that far. Probably. Hang on. Oh, I see what it is. Alright. The things aren't lined up. Oh, yeah. Alright, guys. That's it for episode 7. All the floors came out pretty good. There was a little bit of surface rust under the underfelt on the passenger side, but it was nothing really. All treated. All the sound deadening has been put back in, underfelt and the seats. So there is a bit of adjustment, probably about an inch on the seats, where you can actually move it back a little, which I have done, just to give me a little bit more leg room. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Not sure what the next episode will be. I have sent the carburetor off to have that rebuilt, because it was leaking fuel. So anyway, as I said, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Do what you need to do. Get yourself out there in the shed and get working on a project. And we'll catch you next time on Paul's Garage.